Today, Apple announced the Apple Watch Series 10, and that's 1-0, not X. They decided not to go back to that X branding. And in this video, we're going to talk about everything new, but at the end, I'm also going to go through why I think we are missing some key features that we should be seeing. So first off, what is new? Well, we did get a larger screen. Now, from what I can remember in the past, the old ones were, I believe, 41 and 45 millimeters. The smaller size, I'm not too sure of, but I know the other one was a 45 millimeter. Now we're getting all the way up to 46. So they claim that it's 30% more viewing space on the new one. I'm not really sure how that adds up. They also showed a side-by-side with the Ultra, and it basically looked the same size as the Ultra. So as far as the screen viewing space, not the actual thickness and the height and everything of the watch. Personally, I'm glad that we are getting a larger watch face. I love the Ultra. I love all the room that it gives you. But they didn't go into the fact if we're going to be getting the Ultra watch faces on the series. I can see that going either way. We really won't know about that until the Series 10 is in people's hands. I will be talking about everything, so if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. I've already got my pre-order in, and I plan to pick it up day one as early as they will let me. Right now it's 10 o'clock, but I'm picking up the iPhone. Usually they let me pick up both in the morning at the same time. So along with that larger display, we're getting a thinner Apple Watch. This is the best. Like, I was really hoping that we'd get this, and then the rumors kind of went the other way. They were saying, no, you're not going to get thinner because Apple had to go back on changing the band connector, which they did. It still has the same band connectors. So all your previous watch bands will still work, which is great news. And we still got a watch that is 10% thinner, which doesn't sound like much, but any thinness when it is on your wrist is absolutely worth it. The casing was also changed a little bit. It is now more curvier than ever, so we have that as well. So it's still not round. I know a lot of people want a round watch. That really doesn't work with a digital watch. I know other companies do it, but it just limits what you're viewable, especially when it comes to text and everything like that. And I don't see Apple coming out with a round watch anytime soon. I'm sorry if one of you are one of those people that would really like to see one. I just don't see it happening. The device is a little bit more, the rounded corners are more rounded apparently. And the screen itself is like a wide angle screen, which is crazy. So it's still OLED, but it's a wide angle OLED, which allows you to view it. The brightness of viewing it is more from every angle. So I think they said like 40% brighter at like viewing it at angles because the display itself is a wide angle display. I'm not sure if that just means it's more curved. That's what they're going with. They're just saying it's a wide angle display, which just allows you to view it from more angles, brighter than ever. Also, the display was improved as far as the always on display now updates every second. So you will actually get to see the second hand tick, which we didn't, it would only update every minute in the past. So now it updates every second when the Apple Watch display is off. Now, obviously when the Apple Watch display is on, it probably updates even more frequently. I'm not sure what the frame rate is on these screens, but when it is off, you will update once a second. So you'll get that second hand moving. They also did show off two new watch faces. One is a digital watch face where the seconds kind of fill up the screen. The other one is an analog watch face that kind of shimmers, it looks like, as you move it around from different angles. Both of them looked really nice. I can't wait to get my hands on them. I'm guessing these are going to be Series 10 only. That's kind of what Apple likes to do, but we could be wrong. Maybe they will come in watchOS 11 for everybody. Along with everything shrinking down, that also included the speaker. They actually shrunk the speaker system down to make the watch thinner. Apparently they didn't have to have any issues with reducing the sound quality. They probably even improved it because now you can actually listen to music from the speaker on your Apple Watch, which is really cool. We weren't able to do that before. Usually if you tried to play music or anything, you'd actually have to put in your AirPods or connect it to another speaker device to actually listen to any kind of music. But now you can do it directly on the Apple Watch with the Apple Watch speaker. The Series 10 also gets some features that were Ultra only, with moisture detection. Basically, when you jump in a pool or whatever, you're in the ocean, it will automatically turn water lock on, and it will actually show the depth tracking of how deep you are in the water that you're in. So that's really cool. I really love this feature on the Ultra. It's just really cool to see. The Apple Watch Series 10 comes in two materials. So we still have aluminum, but they now have a polished black, and it looks really good. Like, I'm surprised that they, like, this really pushes it up against like the higher finishes of the Apple Watch, but it still comes in at the great lower price. Now we have titanium. Stainless steel is gone. It was removed because they're trying to make everything lighter as well. And the titanium is a grade 5 titanium. It's 20% lighter than what the stainless steel was. The aluminum also got lighter. I think it's like 10% lighter than what the old aluminum was. So the Apple Watch just isn't getting a larger screen and thinner. It's also getting lighter as well, which is awesome. So now you have this device on your wrist that you can barely tell is there, even more so than what you could before. Now the backing of the watch is now more metal, so it's the aluminum, I'm guessing, on the aluminum models, and titanium on the titanium. It does have a ring for the cellular and Wi-Fi antennas around it, but along with this allowed them to use a larger coil for charging, and this gives you the fastest charging Apple Watch. They didn't go into details on just how fast as far as compared to the older ones, but they did say that it can go from 0 to 80% in 30 minutes. So if your watch is already dead, plug it in, it will get up to 80% in 30 minutes, which is great, especially if you want to sleep track, which goes on to the next feature, which is sleep apnea tracking. So the Apple Watch can now actually detect if you have sleep apnea. So this is a feature that we've been hearing rumors on, and I'm glad to see that they actually came up with it. And it's not just for the Series 10. This will actually work on the Series 9 and the Ultra 2 with watchOS 11 installed. The iPhone isn't the only thing getting some new AI features. The Apple Watch is as well. And most of these are very low key. Some of these may have already been there kind of before, but they have improved the chip in there for AI. And now, like the fall detection, that kind of stuff will work a little bit better because now it's using a little bit more machine learning to detect whether it was really a fall or not. They will also be able to remove background noise even better than before if you're talking on a phone call with your Apple Watch, which is great because I love that feature. And also, I believe they use it on the new Photos watch face to detect where subjects are, so to make sure that the digital clock doesn't get in the way of the subject to automatically select, because they have that new rotation feature on the Apple Watch, and you can actually have a dynamic watch face where the time and the photos kind of move around and change as you look at them. Now you may be wondering about the Ultra. Well, the Ultra didn't really get much of an upgrade. It's still the Ultra 2. It just got a new satin black finish, and they also have a new Milanese band that goes with it. They offer that in the silver and the black. I believe it's $200 just for the band, where the watch itself did not reduce in price, which just doesn't seem fair. It's still an $800 US dollar watch. One thing that they did not talk about was the blood oxygen sensor. Now, this is the feature that I feel like probably removes some features from the Apple Watch. And I feel like you need this for the sleep apnea detection. But if you look at the graphics currently on Apple's website with the Vitals app, they're still not showing blood oxygen as one of the items that are being tracked. I really don't know what's going on here. This is kind of concerning, but it does appear that the Series 10 will not have the blood oxygen. I would have figured they would have had this figured out by now, and that's why they had to remove more features. Based on the graphics that I'm seeing on the website with the Vitals app as they show it off, because that Vitals app is brand new in watchOS 11, they are not showing blood oxygen as one of the items being measured. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on there, because I feel like you have to probably use that for sleep apnea detection So it should be there, but maybe they just can't really show what your blood oxygen level is yet. If you're wondering where my Apple Watch is, well, I'm upgrading to watchOS 11 right now. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to film another video showing off all the new watch faces in watchOS 11. And as soon as that's up, it will be right here. So be sure to click on that, and I'll see you over there. God bless.